you get this. You see I didn't change anything. I just changed the vertical set right there. And the vertical set was just my club was more in front of my hands, up the forearm right there. And then it had a more direct angle down to,
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
That was super pure.
Yeah, that was good.
Like really pure.
Yeah, that was good.
No, so all we're talking about was initially here was with wedges, making sure that if you felt like on shorter shots, it was dicey because it felt like it had to be guidey, right?
Yeah.
So in order to get rid of that feeling, we catered the width of the stance and catered the distance from the golf ball. Those are two things right there to the shot we're actually hitting. So I always tell people if you're hitting a 30-yard shot, like set up for a 30-yard shot. Don't set up for an 100-yard shot, right? And I see people with wedges, even for a normal wedge swing, 90 yards, set up for an 150-yard 9-iron, which is not even the same also. So the whole point is, wedges, you're already a little narrower, weight's already a little more on the left side with that hip bump. And the most important thing is making sure the arm swing stays incredibly short. Now, we had the luxury, Billy plays over at SMU, we had the luxury of yesterday playing a little golf course in town, and I watched him repetitively aim 2 yards, 3 yards left, start a ball there, and maybe it would draw another couple yards. So we straightened up the alignment. We also then said, hey, we're not going to have one swing where the arms get past the top of our body.
Yeah.
We're going to really keep the super short arm swing. So back to that question about the wedges. People often guide wedges especially when stance too big and the swing too long. Makes the short ones really hard. But if I narrow up and I just shorten that swing, I can now fully rotate through that golf ball and really feel like I can commit to get to the shot as opposed to, ease up to hit the shot. So that should help a ton already. That was the part. That was the part we started in.
Yeah. Good with me.
What else?
Well, I want to
work the heck out of these, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Work the heck out of some irons and drivers.
Yes, that's good right there. You're like, if you're hitting the draw, it's good. So don't overcorrect. You're right there. You're pretty much you're aiming at the green, just behind it.
Okay. Well,
there you go. At least the alignment's good.
Yeah. It's a little thin.
Yeah. I had to go a little narrower with that stance, bud. There you go.
Not bad.
One thing I would watch though is just make sure you just keep the club a little bit more in front of you in the takeaway. Because that's anything that goes this way. We talked about yesterday. A little behind with the club head, and then a little bit extra at the top. That's where that inside and little long will come from. So just make sure, just right in front of your hands. Keep it real short. And when you're hitting these shots, when you're on the range today, what you should be doing, the only mistake that you would make is trying to hit a full shot, full distance. I mean, full distance as we talked about. Remember yesterday how you kept just taking shorter swings and the ball went farther.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So let's just take chest high golf swings.
Okay.
I'm not even worried about what happens out there. I just want to see you just take a number of swings today where you're just getting so unbelievably comfortable with stopping the club like right there.
Okay.
And then just hitting it hard from there.
All right.
Obviously it's not actually going to stop there, but let's try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only recipe for you would be club up a little bit more like this. Club up this way with the butt of the club pointing more down to the shoes, and then short turn right there.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because you know what, Gabe, you'll probably hear me with this guy today. Here on the range, you're just going to hear a lot of the same exact thing. Because we've talked about this. It's nothing other than just the one thing it is, which is just we just get armsy up at the top, and they typically have outswung our body. So we're working right now on really drastically shortening it, and only letting his body turn dictate where his hands travel to.
What'd you think of that?
I thought that was actually a pretty good swing.
All right.
How'd that feel?
Felt good.
right, here we go. Check us out. If you did this would be really helpful. Just set and turn. And here's the thing. When you do that, what's nice about that is you'll be able to stay a lot more tall through impact too.
Okay.
I'm not saying you have to try to do that during your swing, but that's as a result for you. You'll get down, going down, 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 right? And the whole point is, to me, that's your way of stalling out when the arms are trying to get past you. So if you get them really short and connected right here, everything's going to be right up through to your finish a little bit more one piece. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I just feel like for you, it's a nice drill, nice feeling, something that you need to be more direct through impact, right? So just go real short, set it.
Just like right there.
Yeah, a little longer, just like a set right there. Kind of hold it. You'd be shocked that if you hit a bunch of those, how much you would find that the club would be like just working 100% with your body. Yeah. And then you begin to become a believer that all you would need is then just a little bit more turn.
Yeah.
And it would never, it's starting short and letting it get longer as you go, not starting long and trying to get shorter.
Yep. Oh, that feels...
Isn't that so funny? So here's the good news though. If this is awkward for some people where it's supposed to stop and they look at it on film and they go, man, I feel like I'm so much shorter than that and it's not there, and it feels so awkward to stop that short. Well, the reason it feels awkward is because the arms have only swung to that point. The body didn't 100% just truly turn it.
Yeah.
And the hands weren't slow. The reason why you had a hard time there, your hands, you see what they did? Fast, right? One piece together. Yeah, because kind of what my point is to Billy is, if you feel awkward and it feels hard to stop it right here, then guess what? Stop it right here. And then what's funny? When you get here, it feels as normal gets.
Right.
And it feels like, wow, that was a huge swing, right?
Yeah.
And that thing actually stopped right there. Taking away arm swing. It'd be nice after a day. You'll have a bunch of the next few weeks covered. A little dual lesson with pity. Okay. Because here's the thing, the ball flight. Let me show you something real quick here. The ability to elevate that ball, and the ability to have like that ball flight climb a little, which I'm not too worried about because it's driving range, and you're not going to see it all. But like if you get this back here, comes off like real low typically, okay? You get this, you see I didn't change anything, I just changed the vertical set right there. And the vertical set was just my club was more in front of my hands, up the forearm right there, and then it had a more direct angle down to,
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. Go ahead and do one more. I'm going to film that. Do one more, bud.
Okay.
Ooh.
That was good.
That was real good. Ooh. You can see how, like, even you doing it, like, right, it's bottom edge forearm, right?
Yeah.
Which means that, hey, don't let it get any more inside. Look at this. Oh, God, how much better is that?
That is pretty good.
Isn't it nice? But do you see how the more you do stuff like that, how it takes away all the moving parts in your golf swing?
Yeah.
You used to have so much extra at the top. The legs used to break down. We got rid of all that stuff. Your club started to look a lot more on plane, and you came down all the right angles, but the results still didn't quite be what we knew it could be. Why? Because that one thing that you kept noticing about your swing that would drive you nuts is the lead arm would never match the shoulder plane.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because the arms were always outswinging the body. How? Well, I think they were just a little faster than the body's turn in the takeaway. Didn't quite have this part synced up right here, you know? One video of, we were talking about Joe Newheisel's swing the other day, like one video of him that he has is, I have it on Instagram where he's sitting there and he holds his arm like right here, just trying to keep it like right there, you know what I mean? That was something right there that just prevented, look at the right arm.
Oh, yeah.
And just preventing the left arm from passing the left side of the body at all, you know? Just feeling, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying
Yeah,
right
I feel
there?
that.
There, yeah.
Instead of like that.
So people wonder how, like, okay, big body turn, short connected arm swing. When you think about what that actually means, big body turn, short connected arm swing,
Yeah.
big body. Like body makes a big turn, but the arms are shorter and more connected to that because they didn't swing and outrace the body.
And it really, it's not really even short. I mean, it's just connected, really.
That's all it is.
Because we have to say short because everyone just gets disconnected, so it's longer.
Every person that I've never seen one person I taught that just naturally showed up and the club just stayed right with their body. It always goes away, the hands always part ways, and then it gets worse in transition. People do things through, and you know.
Do you think they used to do that more in the older days naturally? Because like look at those older golfers. They look at really good turn. Like,
I don't know what it was about that older generation. That's what I've thought about it. Was it just doing it as efficiently as possible so that they could get the most out of their equipment? I mean, I'm still of the belief that if Jack Nicklaus was hitting the clubs that we have with the balls that we were hitting, I think that you would be finding that he would be our leading driving distance guy. I mean, I'm dead serious about that. Seriously. Before Bryson's obviously tried to go crazy with it or anything, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, when people were all just doing what they do, I mean, that move is so good.
Yeah.
But like we were looking, Pitty sent me an awesome one the other day. I have it on my phone of Walter Hagen, and it shows the notch on his belt, like, and how far it travels relative to how fast his hands are. And it just shows that like a generation of golfers have been really just unfortunately taught with the hips outracing the hands. Because the people look at what happens actually on a film and they look at what actually happens and they think that they can teach that and that somehow is going to be what people actually end up doing. No. What they didn't realize was when this was turning, like, you know, it was moving from here to here and the hands moved from here to here. And that was what was incredible when you watch some of those older swings, their ability to have their hand speed faster than their hips rotational speed. But it was just right? It looks like everything's clearing fast, so people try to rip their hips ripping through faster, but you know, hands don't work with that. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
The reason I like these, we kind of got off there, but you know, it's all relative to the same stuff. You know, the reason I like these stop-go drills, Billy, for Billy especially, is we're taking away moving parts. Okay, we're taking away extra movement. So the cool thing about this drill is we can get in here, we can start really small, and there's no way to get off. I mean, even if you don't, regardless of how you hit it, right? I happen to be a really good one, but regardless of how you hit it, it's just clean. It's a clean pass through the golf ball. People have their ways of stalling out through the ball. Now, one thing I love about this guy's swing, talk about old school classic moves. You do have an unbelievably awesome move through the golf ball. Very, you know, classic with the way he keeps out over the ball. But your way of letting those arms catch up was you would get down farther and it would almost stop.
Yeah.
And then the arms would have that loose look through the ball.
Right.
Versus now it's like, hey, down through it's great, but then just one piece and up and out of it. And we're seeing that happen as a result of this. So when you do these, it's like, couldn't be any better.
Right.
I just think that you have to set that club just a little bit more in front of your hands and then, you know.
Yeah.
But just a little, not a lot.
Okay.
Okay, one more of those and then we'll just go up to chest high, okay?
Okay.
And what's fun is you typically show people their chest high swing on film and then it ends up being the one they need to make.
Wait, that's your full swing.
And what's crazy is people think you'd hit it shorter, and guess what happens? You don't. You end up hitting it farther because it's all connected and the efficiency just goes through the roof. I'm really proud of this guy though. He's making some huge strides this week.
He's rocking Johnny O.
Well, no. Well, that's Johnny's nephew.
Oh, okay.
No, like, I mean, like, I know you're seeing that logo on the back of the shirt, and you know how much I love it. So Gabe recognizes it right away.
Respect.
Yeah.
Johnny O, he's good in my book.
Yeah,
There we go.
and-
That's how we roll. Back there. When you say chest high, like my hands chest high?
Yeah, hands chest high, kind of like to the fuzzy on the shirt, the microphone.
Okay. Where's that thing? Oh.
Yeah. And if people are wondering why it's fuzzy like that, it's because it's blocking the wind, right, Gabe?
Yeah, especially for heights, it can get really windy up here.
Yeah, no, we said that's what I love about this driving range, though. It's this driving range on hot summer days sits on top. You can see we have the mountains all around, right? So we're on top of like one little hill in the middle of all that, and the ocean's, you know, just right out in that direction. So we typically get the nice breeze. It's pretty awesome. That was super pure,
Yeah, that was good.
like really pure.
Yeah, that was good.
It's the best I've ever seen your swing, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Seriously,
Yeah,
best I've ever seen it.
that feels good.
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any questions or comments you have, please leave them below. Also, click the link below to pick up 3 free videos. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy our channel.